Now
It is now.
I'm in the picture.
Yep, you certainly are. In fact, I'm gonna. There we go. Yep. All right. Sweet. Oh, shit.
All right, mic is on.
Can you sit back to how you're normally going to sit? I mean, are you going to sit like that, or just lean forward a little bit? Just however you're normally going to talk. Like, do you reckon you're going to lean or lay back?
I'm going to sit like this.
Okay, then we're good.
If anyone comes through that front door, we're going to have to stop them straight away.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do one more test because I had to move things around. Okay, so all good here.
Is yours filming?
Yeah, mine's filming. I'm just testing what it looks like. Because I had to move this around.
You to play it back?
Yeah.
Well, you don't even know how you're going to sit yet. Maybe I need a cushion.
Alright. Good. Alright. Nice.
Yeah?
Nice. Yep.
You'll be in it?
I will be in it. Alrighty. What's the date today? It's the. I would normally check my phone for that.
13th of August.
13th. So next Saturday is the 20. Help me out here.
Next Saturday,
Next Saturday. What's next Saturday?
19th.
No. 19th.
Mm.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. That's all good. 19th. That's good. All right. Is that recording? Yes.
Yeah, it's going to go to sleep.
Yeah, which is weird. Anyway, whatever. We've got a.
Maybe what if I did this? That might help.
Probably better. Oh, my closer as well. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Cool.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to Movies Decoded. Of course, we got a multicam thing here, so we're going to be looking all over the
Trying
place.
something new.
You know. Anyhow, yeah, multicam. A practice for a potential special, which I'll talk about shortly. So we've got a cool choice today, but before we do that, Jason, have you seen any movies, anything interesting just in the past week or so?
The past week, no. I saw Barbie a couple of weeks ago.
How did you like that?
It's got an interesting message.
Yeah, I've heard about the message. It's like preachy, man-hating shite.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's more about separating genders. Because by the end of the film, everyone's now single and everyone's on their own journey of self-discovery. And why do you need relationships?
Well, actually, okay, you know what? For all the bad reviews I've heard about it, that's not bad. I mean, it sort of suggests, you don't need relationships. Might sound a bit odd at first, but people think the whole meaning of life is just in, I've got to find a partner, I've got to have sex. It's like, you could issue a bit of self-control. So you know what? Good on you, Barbie, for saying that.
Yeah, well.
Anyhow, yeah. But I was hoping to see Meg 2 this week. I didn't. I just didn't get time. Jason Statham versus dinosaur sharks. What's not to love, right?
That was directed by Ben Wheatley.
Ah, Ben Wheatley. Okay, cool.
Well, I watched one of his films and I thought it was a bit it was one where they're in the building and they go up different levels and it's like a futuristic movie, like a future society where different levels of the building are different class structures. And
sounds remarkably like Dredd, but it's not that one.
I think the actor in it is Aaron Taylor Johnson, or maybe it's him, or maybe I'm wrong.
Whatever. Yeah.
But anyway, I thought the movie that he made, whatever it was called, was really mean-spirited and had a mean streak to it.
Mm.
Like violent, but in a really mean way.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find
Yeah,
it.
see if you can find it. But in the meantime, this week obviously I saw Bullet Train preparing for today, but also as promised on the last episode, which I nearly forgot about, hence me never telling you, Jason, so I apologise. Last night, as of filming this, I saw Cirque du Soleil's Crystal. So that was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. I was on the ice skating, and it's what I come to expect from Cirque du Soleil, frankly, including the format of the storytelling. It's like they're about to do the balancing act. I'm right, but that was good. So I really, really enjoyed that. I read God's Not Dead, which was a great book. I haven't seen the movie, but I think the movie is obviously a dramatisation, whereas God's Not Dead is scientific and historical. But anyhow, so I don't know. I can't compare it to the movie, but that was a good read, that book, and heard my friend Laura Hugel, who just released a EP onto iTunes. It's on Spotify as well, called Beautiful World. It's got about 5 songs on it. Very Spanish, sort of very happy kind of, I think, young audience, young happy kids, I think, would be my guess at her target audience. But anyway, that was cool.
So that Ben Wheatley film is High Rise.
High Rise. I haven't seen
Tom
High Rise.
Hiddleston and Luke Evans.
Ah, right. No, I haven't seen that. It's I will though.
I thought Luke Evans was like the Aaron Taylor Johnson kind of guy.
Yeah. Kind of is. Yeah.
Like tall, dark hair, and British.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool. So yes, we are here to discuss Bullet Train. And it's also playing in the background, but it's and yeah, that Bullet Train was a much more fun film than I was anticipating. In fact, funny enough, my first impression of Bullet Train when I saw the trailer, you know the way the trailers, they tell you the title first and then they show the trailer, so I saw it and I thought, or at least online, and I thought, they're finally doing a proper remake of the old Japanese film Bullet Train, which is what the film Speed with Keanu Reeves was based on. It was based on a bullet train, not a bus. But of course it wasn't that at all. And I'm kind of glad, because this was much more fun than just a retelling of the 80s Bullet Train film would have been.
The 80s Bullet Train film?
Yeah. The one that Speed was based on with Keanu Reeves.
Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one... So I suggested this movie because I knew Paul would like the film. He did seem hesitant and skeptical, but it's directed by David Leitch.
Not Lynch.
Not David Lynch, yeah. And David Leitch has a background in stunts. He worked... I think his big break was on The Matrix. I heard a podcast once where how he got the job for The Matrix, and he had to sort of decide on one job or The Matrix, and he decided he'll go to Australia and work in The Matrix, and changed his life, became a world famous stuntman, and had a great friendship with the directors and his other stuntman friend. What was his name? Chad something, and those two worked together on the John Wick films. So the Chad guy and David Leitch, they worked together on the John Wick movies. And I think David Leitch did Deadpool 2 as well.
Oh yeah.
And last year, and also beginning of this year, was shooting a movie in Sydney called Fall Guy. I'm pretty sure it's based on the TV series about a stuntman from the 80s.
Oh, okay. So it's the one where it had the all over the news. Oh, they were holding up the Harbour Bridge. And
Yeah, there was that one.
Yeah.
And it's got Ryan Gosling. So now
Yeah.
David Leitch has worked with like Ryan Reynolds, Brad Pitt, Ryan Gosling. He's like,
And
and
Ryan
Keanu
Reynolds,
Reeves.
I think, had a small appearance in this movie too. He's one of the surprise hitmen. I think was one of the. There's a couple of people who just showed up.
Yeah.
Ryan
He plays
Reynolds was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but he first worked with Brad Pitt on Fight Club.
who
David Leitch.
was he a stuntman?
Yeah, Stuntguy Fight Club.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was doing well from the beginning. The Fight Club was around about the same time as Matrix.
A little bit before, I think.
A little
wasn't
bit
it?
before.
Yeah.
Probably literally 6 months before.
Yeah, probably. It was probably went from Fight Club to Matrix.
Because I'd say 12 months. Because I remember a friend at work was saying, Fight Club is mind blowing, you got to see it, it'll change your life for a while. And then a couple of months later, there's another work that was going, there's these young guys in Sydney and they're shooting this huge Hollywood film and they've only done one other film before. It's just helicopters, cameras, I don't know what it's called, but it's going to be big. And that was The Matrix. And so...
Not everybody felt that. I'd heard a story of someone who I think was just did a little bit of work on set, and they was like, I did this thing. Keanu Reeves in Sydney shooting this film. I don't think it's going to amount to much. He was talking about The Matrix.
Yeah, but it happens a lot of movies because if you work on a big movie for 5 days because you only need it for 5 days, you're not going to know what the whole big picture is.
True.
Only the directors will and the producers and lead actors.
Yeah, exactly.
So David Leitch directs. It's got Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Brian, what's his name? Brian.
Bring your notes.
I should really edit this bit out because
Yeah.
I wrote these down so I didn't have to do this film. So Brian Tyree Henry, and so Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry play a duo, Tangerine and Lemon, and they're a duo of hitmen, and they're hired in this story to get on the train and deliver the son, and they've got a briefcase full of money. So basically this is a gathering of hitmen onto a bullet train, and action and comedy ensues, a lot of twists, a lot of turns, and a snake is there. I really like this film. It's a real ride in the cinema. Like, I saw it in the cinema and it was just like VMAX, so it was a massive screen, and I just really enjoyed the ride that I went on with this movie. And it's got a lot of great actors I like in it. Like Michael Shannon's in it, plays the main bad guy. But look, it's better if I don't say it because that's a spoiler. It's like a surprise. If you're into Michael Shannon, it's probably a spoiler.
But I mean, anyone watching this probably realised there's going to be spoilers. Yeah.
Right.
You know, and anyone watching Movies Decoded, both of you, you're aware. All our fans, both of them.
Well, they've probably seen Bullet Train already.
Yeah. So we've talked about it. But yeah, you're right. And could you actress you didn't mention? Actually, I don't think you mentioned any of the actresses, but Joey King was one of them.
Yeah, Joey King.
Who was I like Joey King. She started in The Conjuring. She went on. She did, I think, was in White House Down with Gerard Butler. She's done a few things. She's done Wish Upon, which was a very interesting. It was a retelling of the Monkey's Paw story. That was kind of cool, actually. Wish Upon. Her first, as far as I can tell, her first main lead role. Unless I could be mistaken, but there's at least one of the
She's
first
British.
ones. No, she's not. She's American, but she put on a British accent for this one.
Wow.
So yeah, and she even said in the behind the scenes stuff, she's like, yeah, I get to work on my accents, yay! But yeah, she's really cool. I like Joey King. And who played the Hornet again? What was the actress's name?
Zizi. Was it Zazie Beetz?
Yeah, no, I mean, at first I thought I don't know her from Adam, but when you looked her up before, it's like, oh, she was in Joker and Deadpool 2. I was like, immediately I knew who she was. Oh, she played Domino, and she played the pretend girlfriend of in Joker. And it's like, oh, well, okay, now I know who she is. Yeah, she's cool.
Oh.
Well, I'm lucky. That's not a superpower. Yes, it is. Let's just meet halfway and say it's not. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I remember her now in both films.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I want to mention, I have a theory about this movie because I remember Brad Pitt was talking about this film and he was going, David just got us all together in a soundstage and we shot really quickly and it was all down on a soundstage. And I'm thinking, what did he work on before this movie? Well, he played a bit part in Matrix Revolutions. And there's a scene in that movie where they're on a bullet train. And you know what I reckon? I reckon they used that set from that scene for this whole movie.
Maybe. Yeah, because they said, yeah, because it was probably a set, yeah, because they said they had the LED screens in the background to make it look like the train's moving.
Most of Bullet Train is virtual production.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so they created a set of Bullet, but because what they tongue-in-cheek and behind the scenes said they gave, the Bullet Train got to rest, so it wasn't moving, the screens were. So yeah.
Oh, someone's coming in.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
At that point.
Hi. I've got to unplug this for a second so you can get through. We are doing a video. My phone's low.
How was the city to surf?
I'm so tired, I can't feel my legs.
They did a run.
Yeah,
City to surf, she's wearing it.
14 kilometers.
14 kilometers now.
Yeah.
But you don't normally go running.
Oh,
Maybe at the
I
gym.
can't do
Maybe
it.
that's why she can't feel the legs.
Because like I walk like steep road. Yeah.
On New Stafford Road.
Yeah.
Going up towards Rose Bay.
From city to Bondi.
You might-
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're going to have a lot of rest now, right?
Yeah.
Me too.
Alright, see ya.
So yeah. I just sit here talking to people like I know them and it's like
No, this is my flatmates. I've got 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
Currently 3 flatmates.
Yeah, no, but I'm just commenting on. In fact, I'm just talking to people as if they know who I am.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, they know you're my friend.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'll just stop checking this. Not that I really need to. Yeah, but
All right.
yeah. Alright, sweet. Alright, cool. Alrighty. Yes. But yeah, you're right. It was very much a thrill ride, Bullet Train. I like it. Very fun, you know, dark humour, of course. The guy, Lemon, the actor's name was again. So
Henry Tyree. I know it's. Edit these things out. Say what's his name again?
yeah, what's his name?
Brian Tyree Henry.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean, I first saw him in the Child's Play remake. He's often. I'm glad he's done an original character here, a very original character, because in Child's Play he was the race swapping, because it just, you know, they got the white detective, let's just make him black because we're woke. And then in Eternals, of course, then they took a straight character and turned him gay, who he played in Eternals, because once again we got to swap things around and show how woke we are. But at least in this, you're playing a very original character, very likable character, a very fun character to watch. I really liked him in this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did actually quite like him in the Child's Play remake as well, but, you know, that is what they were doing. They're just race swapping, you know.
No, it's a modern thing they're trying to do to try and appear original. Well, they're trying to, you know, create new dynamics, but I think you can make any dynamic work as long as it doesn't seem too forced.
As long as it doesn't seem forced, that's right. And,
Because it's
like I said, even though the first thing I did was whine about it in Child's Play, but that's just more due to all the other films after it that did that. Like I said, I quite liked him playing Detective Mike in Child's Play, so it's...
I'll probably never see Charles.
No, you probably won't. You know, I understand your stance on these things, although the one thing about the Child's Play remake which you might enjoy was that it was an AI robot, not a possessed doll. So it was IT gone mad. In the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the original Child's Play is all voodoo, but in the remake it's actually IT gone mad. Not IT, AI
Yeah, but
gone mad.
that's the same storyline as Megan.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact I referred to Megan as being what the Child's Play remake tried to be.
Have you seen Megan?
I've seen it.
I wouldn't mind watching that.
I've seen Mithrigan, the way they write it. Mithrigan.
Was it good? Was it good?
Look, I liked it. Yeah, some lines were just stupid, but no, look, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I referred to Megan as what the Child's Play remake attempted to do, so it was certainly an improvement. And that's exactly what it was, IT. But in Megan's case, it was AI just naturally making its own decisions and eventually becoming sadistic, whereas in Child's Play, it would someone deliberately mess with the program, before killing himself. Anyhow, that's not what we're here to talk about. But
Yeah, to go back on track, the Bullet Train movie is about different gangs basically, and they're at war with each other. And there's that, I love that scene where it all comes together at Kyoto Station. Is that how you say it? Kyoto?
yeah, Kyoto.
Oh, Kyoto. Kyoto Station. And a whole lot of them all meet up there and they all get on the platform and there's this whole Mexican standoff. And a couple of henchmen get blown up by the booby-trapped money suitcase. But it's a really, really great story of intertwining characters. And nothing is wasted. Like everything is used, everything's paid off. And there's so many different storylines. But it really works. And it really builds, especially when they get to Kyoto Station. And that tension is so built then, and you don't know what's going to happen or how everyone's going to get out of that situation. But then the train goes again, and then the train ends up getting all blown to bits. And it's, and of course, when they get to Kyoto Station, that's where Michael Sheen comes in a big way, who I really love. And he is so cool in this film with those sunglasses, and to me, he's like one of the best villains ever. I think this film should have got a lot more attention, and it should be deemed a classic personally, because, the only thing why a lot of people wouldn't deem it a classic is because it is a bit far-fetched, right? It's
supposed to be.
They stretch it so far. They stretch many storylines, like more than usual. That's the stretch. And that's where you get the far-fetched.
But you know why so many characters were British, don't you? Because it's a play on the British situational comedy.
Well, it reminded me of like Snatch and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, where you've got multiple storylines and they all come together.
Yeah, exactly.
And they got Brad Pitt, and it's exactly that kind of film, I mean, I heard there were like films like that in the 70s. Like
it's not that new.
Well, the Italian Job is kind of a simple version, the original, of, like it's like an English gangster caper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just evolved and evolved and evolved to become multiple storylines and really, really over stylistic camera moves and photography. And it almost looks like an anime film in a way.
Yeah.
Especially being set in Japan. Like, the colour is blocky and saturated. It's like watching a live action anime film, and it's becoming a bit of a trend as well. Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm going to say The Fifth Element did that well. To me, a lot of shots of Fifth Element look like an anime. I mean, what else could you think of that? It's kind of like the movies like an anime. Blade Runner.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah.
Blade Runner, the sequel.
In fact, even Ghost in the Machine, which was an anime remake, I felt, at least, watching it, was like watching anime from a story perspective, not necessarily from the visual perspective.
And the remake of Ghost in the Shell.
That's what I just said.
You said Ghost in the Machine.
Ghost in the Shell. Okay,
I don't think I've seen Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, actually, well, there is a movie called Ghost in the Machine, but no, you're right. I meant Ghost in the Shell. Sorry, same idea though. A soul in a computer, but yeah.
It reminds me of that Russell Crowe one, Virtuosity.
I didn't see that one. I should check it out.
It's a pretty forgettable film.
Yeah, it's like Transcendence with Johnny Depp. I just looked at it.
That's forgettable too. I mean, that could have been, that had so much potential.
It did, and it was just like.
And that guy, it was. I think it was directed by like a long-time collaborator of Nolan, and it was Wally Fisher, and he didn't. I don't think he directed another film since. But I mean, like
Wouldn't be
because
surprised.
you're connected to Chris Nolan, his first film was this multi-million-dollar movie, like looked like an $80 million film starring Johnny Depp. That's what. Imagine that being the first film.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you blow it because it's just waffle and it went on too long, and I don't think he's ever done any directing again. And I mean, he's not even working for Chris Nolan anymore because Chris Nolan's got Hoyte, what's his name, Van Hoyte, and he's got different DOPs now. So yeah.
So.
Anyway, look, to wrap it up, I give the movie 5 out of 5. And I'm not sure which camera to look at. Which camera? This one? Is that the hero camera?
That'll be the hero camera. It's the one with the lights coming from.
I give the film 5 out of 5 because I think it's a classic. And I like a far-fetched film being in the classic arena because I think all arenas should have a diverse grouping. They can't all just be like, you know, Inception and Lawrence of Arabia. They can be a bit different. Like you could have comedies in the classics. So yeah, I put it up there with, you know, one of the best films ever made. That's how much I like the film. I think it's slick. It looks like anime. It's these multiple storylines that work. They work together. They all pay off. Nothing's wasted. The acting's great. And it goes along at a really good pace. And it's a bit long, but because of all those things, it's just a movie that's jam-packed.
It's just over 2 hours. It's not that long. It's about 2 hours 6 minutes, I think. But that includes credits. Look, I'm going to actually give it 4.5. It might be because not just because I'm tight, but because I think I did find some stuff a little bit predictable. Now, sometimes I do wonder if I'm predicting movies better now because I'm becoming a better writer and therefore know the craft too bloody well to enjoy films. Like as soon as I saw the news report of the snake missing, I knew that snake was going to show up on the train, and lo and behold, you know, things like that.
Telegraph and payoff.
Yeah,
Everything's
exactly.
paid off.
Exactly. And now, that being said, it might have been disappointing if they didn't do that, but just on the account that, I mean, that wasn't the only situation, it was just the first, but I kind of, I didn't see everything coming by a long shot. I was surprised of the twist on Joey King's character, you know, Prince, but yeah, no, I think 4.5 from me. Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm kind of glad it wasn't what I originally hoped it was, which was a remake of the Japanese, a proper remake instead of Speed. So I'm glad it wasn't that, because that wouldn't have been as enjoyable as this one was. Cool. Okay, so all right, someone's coming in.
Oh, I better get the cord. Just gonna go this cord. Okay, that's easy. We'll wait till the because we're about 2 minutes from finishing.
Well, the first one.
Oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
one more after that. So the other one is
Yeah,
Oppenheimer.
we'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah. Cool.
Alright.
All right, sweet. So that's it for Bullet Train. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Really good movie. I'm going to watch it again in 4K because I bought it in 4K. You know, 4K comes with Blu-ray. I only watched it in Blu-ray last night, so I'm keen to watch it again in 4K. It's going to look a lot better. Just a bit of an update. Warriors. Sorry, the last thing I want to say on this one. I'm going to go see Maria Tran's documentary called Warriors on Saturday the 19th. This should be edited by then, so I can give it a plug. I think she'd appreciate this movie, because it's a lot of women in martial arts, basically, so that's cool. But just so as we know, our next episode, we were originally sort of going to be doing Tenet. Now we kind of are, but we've changed it because Oppenheimer came out and we were both blown away with a mushroom cloud. See what I did there? We decided, you know what, it's going to be Oppenheimer, but because there are parallels between Oppenheimer and Tenet.
And
It's
Inception.
kind of well, and Inception, but I'm thinking just of Oppenheimer and Tenet because we were originally talking about Tenet. We'll kind of do. It's more about Oppenheimer, but we're talking about Tenet as well. So tune in for the next episode of Movies Decoded, where we discuss Oppenheimer and Tenet.
Cool.
Oh yeah, it was just under half an hour. Pretty good.
Perfect.
We are going to discuss Bullet Train.
See, I like that.
Playing in the background, but it's and yeah, that Bullet Train was a much more
And British.
yeah, pretty much. Cool. So yes, we are here to discuss Bullet Train.
See that?
It's also playing in the background.
See that?
It's-
Have a watch
and
this.
Yeah, that Bullet Train was a much more fun film than.
Watch this bit.
Oh, we said Bullet Train at the same time.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, I know. I was aware of it.
Johnson kind of guy.
Yeah. Kind of is. Yeah.
Like tall, dark hair, British.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool. So yes, we are here to discuss Bullet Train. Playing in the background, but it's and yeah, that Bullet Train was a much more fun film.
I know it looks like I keep watching the movie, but
In fact,
I think
funny
that
enough, my
eccentric
first impression
thing
of Bullet
works.
Train was Yeah. the trailer. Just wanted to, you know the way the trailers
Alright.
they tell We'll have a you quick look at how this one looked because it's playing right now. No, as in go around the back and have a look at it. I mean, you won't see all of it, but you'll get the idea.